So today we are together to talk about the checklist for accountable talks. That's the strategy that you're using. And the reason why you're using accountable talks is so that the students can effectively communicate with you what they know or understand, what they don't understand or need further clarification on. And your goal is that 100% of your students will effectively use accountable talks. So, the checklist for accountable talks is to first of all explain the purpose of accountable talks to the student, explain in detail what the students need to look for, or the how to's to the student, to put it in writing for the students to refer back to. So, for example, if you are explaining to them how to determine if a chemical equation is balanced, you would give them certain look fors. Or if you're teaching them how to balance a chemical equation, these are the how to's. The next thing is your explanation should be explicit and simple to eliminate confusion. The third thing on the checklist is to have students choose the STEM for an agreement, a disagreement, and a clarification, and it should feel comfortable and natural to them. So if they could highlight the ones that they like, then they can use those anytime they need to. Number 4 is to model how to use accountable talk stems. Okay? For example, if they agree, why do you agree? If you disagree, what part do you disagree with? And if you need further clarification, what exactly don't you understand? Like, what part of the task are you having trouble with? And then the 5th thing on the checklist for the teacher is for you to practice using accountable talk stems with them so that they know how to use it. So, is there anything that you want to add to this checklist for yourself or take away?
Well, we can add to it justification, having them justify.
Okay. So, we'll add a justification in case you want them to do a certain task to justify why they did what they did. Okay. All right. And so the next checklist is the student checklist for accountable talks. First of all, every student is going to respond with an agreement, disagreement, or clarification response. Okay, that's what they have to do. The second thing is every student will explain why they agree or disagree based on the criteria that you've given them to look for. And number 3, if students need clarification, they will describe exactly what they need help with based on the look fors that you have given them. If they don't know how to do that, then they will say, I need clarification. Can you explain to me how to do whatever it is that you have established for them to do?
Okay.
Okay? All right. And so, did you want to modify the student checklist in any way?
No, I think this is perfect for them. It's to the point, and I think they'll be able to understand that.
All right, cool. All right, and so now, how do you want the modeling approach? Like, how do you want to see it? I could come in and I can do it with your students. You can see me do it with my students. I can make a video of myself doing it with my students, or we can do it together. Like, how would you like to do this part?
I think I would actually like to actually see the process in
Okay.
person.
Okay. And so when is a good time? I know like second period is my planning period. So if I don't have to cover a class, then I can come in and I can model how they would do it.
Okay.
So this week we can schedule a time during second period. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, so then you would need to let me know when you want, like what day you're using accountable talks.
Okay.
Okay? And so I can come in during second period.
How soon do you need the time and date?
You can let me know now if you know. I mean, you mean like in advance?
Yeah.
Just let me know. As long as I don't have to cover class, I can just come in and do it.
Okay.
All right. Now the modeling format. So they can write it out. They can use Nearpod. I can put it in a Nearpod lesson. We can use USA Test Prep, open-ended, or we can use a Google Classroom where it can be set up. So you just tell me.
I think I would like to do Nearpod, only because I can instantly get the feedback from them, and I think it's more personable. As soon as they send something to me, I can respond to them.
Okay. Now, do you know what standard it is?
So
Because then I can like make the Nearpod.
okay, so we're on standard 6 solubility.
Okay.
So if you want Thursday, you can come and model with
Okay.
Nearpod.
Okay. So I'll send you the Nearpod, and I want you to take a look at it just to make sure that I'm covering the standard, because it's a lot of elements under the standard. So we'll talk about which element you want me to cover in that Nearpod.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And so we said we already implemented the time. So we said we would do it during second period, solubility. Is it solubility curve or?
Yeah, we're on the solubility curve.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. So did you have any questions or concerns or suggestions?
No, actually, I'm looking forward to it, to see how it's gonna look in the classroom, especially with my kids.
Okay. All right. I'm excited about it. I love physical science anyway. All right. Thank you.